Okay, so it's currently 1:22 a.m. in the morning on Saturday, the 6th of September 2025. You guys have me working super hard, and I'm very much committed to completing my task. So I'm here to give the match review of Trinidad and Tobago 0, Curaçao 0. Firstly, I must big up all the supporters that came out to show the support. The stadium was roaring. We give somewhat good energy towards the players. Of course, you had the naysayers then, but for the most part, people were there supporting. And unfortunately, we leave with only 1 point. But from everything that I saw, it just brought a brilliant light towards the TTFA, man. The vibe was just really good. Saw the pans outside the stadium, people them playing pan, the different stores, them, the QV bands, them that was there. Everything was just really nice. The Moko Jumbi, even the halftime act with Naila Blackman, everything was just a really nice vibe. I truly enjoyed myself at the stadium. So in terms of the vibes, 10 out of 10. I enjoyed it. But to get to the game now, of course, leaving the stadium, I ain't gonna lie, I felt as though we dropped 2 points, man. I feel as though the momentum shift severely in our favor, and we should have definitely taken our chances. And what I can say is that I am truly proud of this team. The developments have really risen within each and every player of this team here. The players them that was there for the Unity Cup and the Gold Cup, it has risen. Under Dwight York, we have seen growth, substantial growth as well too, within most of the players them. The man of the match, in my opinion, has to be between either Kobe Henry, the debutant. Absolutely, this guy was just a monster today. He was composed as you can be. Every time the ball came in the back, I just felt like a comfortable feeling. I was just safe whilst he was attacking the ball, or just whilst he was on the ball. He probably had one misplaced pass when he tried to pass to Noah Powder. Noah Powder as well. Who would have thought Noah Powder as a left back putting out them kind of performances there? Maybe that should be his new position. And I didn't hear anything about Andre Raymond, so I don't know if it is that's probably his new position. Who knows? But Noah Powder today really, really surprised me, man. And when the lineup initially came out, we saw that Andre Raymond was in there, and we was like, how come Andre Raymond didn't get picked? And from the midfielders then that was listed, because we all know that Noah Powder is mostly listed as a midfielder. We saw that Andre Rampassad, we saw Kevin Molino, Daniel Phillips, and we saw Noah Powder. So we said, most likely he will play left back. And the first 5 minutes, we saw that Curaçao, they were trying their best to shoot everything down on his side, and he was clamping up. So I had to give Noah Powder a lot of props, man. But again, coming back to the match, it's either between Kobe Henry, who I think was amazing. I think that he had a 9 out of 10 performance. Really, really good. Showed levels. Also, I think Andre Rampassad. Let me tell you something. This is the Andre Rampassad that I know and love, boy. Andre Rampassad tonight I should say, sorry. He was all over the place. Ever present, ever present. The guy was just doing what he wants. Every time he got the ball, he controlled the ball very neatly, and also made a very efficient pass, and also controlling the tempo of the game. He had plenty of times the game was moving at a fast tempo, and he just took over and bring it back to a space where it is we could outnumber them in the transition, within the build-up play and the progression stages of the football pitch. And yeah, that was really smart from Andre Rampassad, and hopefully if it is he plays like this every single game, we could see better days for Trinidad and Tobago football, I'm telling you. Also, my player, of course, Rio Cardines, who was really hyping the stadium today. Every time he won the ball, you were seeing him hyping up the crowd and say, yeah, come on, say something. And it just goes to show just being around our environment, and we saw that Rio Cardines, he broke into the Crystal Palace team. Yet to make a debut for the senior team, but still around the men them, and he understands the vibe now. He understands what it means to play in a big game, and this time, like tonight, he displayed absolute dominance within his space. Like, he only had one time, I think, that someone got past him. That was later in the game, and I think that was a fresh guy that came on to reach him. But other than that, almost spotless. Damn near a spotless game. This guy really was good today, man. So shout out Rio Cardines, young guy. And yeah, apart from that, I think everybody did their work. The first half, we were still trying to find ourselves, and it's something that has been common within Dwight York's coaching. We always tend to go out slow, and then in the second half we fix it up. And I think even in the press conference he was mentioning that he is trying his best to be as proactive as possible, but we tend to just be a reactive team by nature, which needs to change, because for the upcoming games then we need to start hitting the blocks very quickly, and even try to hold on, or in these type of cup games then you ain't gonna be firing on all cylinders every single game. You have some games where it is you might have to hit them early and then sit back and defend it out. So hopefully we wouldn't have to chase the game every single game for these rest World Cup qualifiers. But yeah, man, the other thing I didn't like, and this is coming from somebody who I rate a lot, Trinidad. I think Trinidad, his distribution was a bit shaky. I was naturally getting like afraid when I saw him on the ball. He was just pretty much hoofing the ball. The distribution wasn't as good as it needs to be, but defensively wasn't bad. Like the natural pure defending, he was there. Colossus at the back, just a pure tank behind there. Daniel Phillips again, he did his thing. Andrew Ambassador mentioned him already. Kevin Molino, wow, yes, I actually forgot about Kevin Molino. Now Kevin Molino, man, it's such a weird player sometimes. Now, in the first half, I was saying, oh man, it looks like Kevin Molino getting outrun by the Curaçao players. I feel as though like Kevin Molino just didn't have the athletic legs enough to keep up. And then in the second half, Kevin Molino just absolutely bossed them. And again, I would always reiterate, a lot of people be saying that Kevin Molino is too old and he should leave it for the young guys then, but I've yet to see a midfielder as creative as Kevin Molino in Trinidad and Tobago. I've been as real as possible, but Kevin Molino is so talented, and I have to give him a lot of props, man. He took up the mantle of being the captain, and he led by example. As soon as Kevin Molino started to have a good game, that is when the rest of the team, they started to believe, and everybody, we had started having chances, because in the first half it was non-existent. We were just getting outrun, and there was void of any pattern of play. We just was getting outrun from Curaçao. The ball was just getting played on our powder side every time, but we locked them down, courtesy of Kobe Henry, who was very just ever present as well in the back. Denzel Smith, the goalkeeper, had a little scare in the first half, but relatively safe for the rest of the game. So there's not much to say about Sir Denzel Smith. But coming up to the front three now, I think the front three, they weren't on it like they usually be. Dante Sealy, who I rate a lot, when he got his chance, he looked, I don't know, it looked like tame. The header that came across and he missed the header, or he just glanced off his head when it is just last week he scored that header in Montreal. He was the guy that came with form. He came having scored 4 goals in 5 games for his club. So we were really looking forward for him, but we're just really off the pace tonight, and I really do hope that he finds back himself, because we definitely need him. He's one of the most important players of this team here. Spicer, just a bundle of fresh air. This guy will always give it the work rate, but his touch was a bit off today. Maybe if his touch was a bit better, but the guy who was marking him was pretty good. He was matching him for like athleticism as well too. So I could understand why it is. He was a bit shocked because normally Spicer be the athletic one, but he was really matched today. But still not a bad game from Spicer. And again, not a bad game from Sealy as well too. But just based on his skill set that we are accustomed to seeing from Sealy and what we have been seeing from Sealy within the past couple of weeks with him being at Montreal, it just wasn't what we needed to get past Curaçao. Because again, I believe that it was 2 points dropped. And last but not least, my player, boy. And it pained me to say it, bro, because people in the stadium, they know that I back Levi Garcia, that I'm a player despite what. And I must make sure to mention how much respect I have for Levi Garcia, because this is the guy who have me in this whole situation. He's the guy who have somewhat of a career, because I mentioned his name and everything went, parabolic. I truly only have respect for Levi Garcia. But in my opinion, I think the chances that he should have buried them. And he's capable of burying them. Levi Garcia is a prolific goal scorer. I've been following his career at Ajax for the last 2 years of his Ajax career. He accustomed scoring them things. So I don't know what exactly, if the situation was a bit big. This has to be the toughest, or the biggest moments of Levi Garcia's big footballing career. Like, having a chance to go to the World Cup and representing a country. And, I feel as though like a lot of pressure is on Levi Garcia, because a lot of people, they have a lot of critical things to say about Levi Garcia and things I don't want to get into, because again, I'm a player. I don't want to spend much time being negative on my player. But I can't be delusional, and I try my best to be as real as possible. So, I feel as though that he had the keys to give us that 3 points, but unfortunately, it just wasn't to be. And it does have them games there, but at this point, there's no excuse. At this point, you can't say, well, it's one of them games there, or you had a bad game. People wouldn't care. as crazy as this song, people wouldn't care. So I do hope that, improvement is made from the rest of the team. Again, I think it was an amazing game from the whole team, but, just didn't get the goal to get past Curaçao. So this brings me to the next fixture. Of course, we travel to Jamaica on September 9th, my birthday. So I'm hoping for 3 points. 3 points would be amazing. Going to Jamaica is always a hard, fixture. But I feel as though like I saw something different within the team today. And I saw a team that could actually compete against the Jamaica team there. Despite what people say in the comments, people saying, but we can't beat Curaçao, so what is the point we trying to fight up there in Jamaica? People don't understand how good this Curaçao team is. Like, on paper, this is actually a really good team. And bear in mind, this is the same team that beat Haiti 5-1. They will just keep that into perspective. So I don't see anything where Jamaica seems unbeatable. Like, I believe that Trinidad and Tobago could get 3 points at Jamaica. I think 3 points would definitely set the tempo for us moving forward, trying to get to that top spot, because we ain't trying to get to that intercontinental spot there. That intercontinental spot there, it's hard. I ain't gonna lie. Me personally, I would go straight to that top spot. We should fight for everything to get to the top spot. So, yeah, I think 3 points could be nice. A point would be decent, but we could still be behind the pace, and we can require it to be like damn near spotless for the upcoming fixtures them, and that includes a lot of games away. So yeah, man. But yeah, once it is with leave with something, it should be good for us, man, because it's still early. But me personally, I would love to have 3 points at Jamaica, man. That would just make us stamp our authority within the group and let people know that we're actually here for business, man. Because a lot of people, they discredited this Trinidad and Tobago team here. They said that, the rankings, we are 101 in the rankings, so Curaçao and Jamaica should get past us easily. But let's prove them wrong. So with that being said, again, despite how I feel, that it's 2 points loss, 1 point is better than no points, and at least we're on the board. So Yeah, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How you think about the game? If it is you were at the stadium, what do you think the support was? Do you believe that the atmosphere was good enough for the players? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe.